Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning, JDF rescues fishermen stranded at the sea. The Maritime Air and Cyber Command of the Jamaica Defense Force on Friday rescued 2 Jamaican fishermen who were stranded at the sea. The fishermen were rescued approximately 15 miles south of Rocky Point to Clarendon. Their fishing vessel Yellowtail 4 reportedly had engine failure, leaving the men stranded. The Maritime Air and Cyber Command was contacted to provide assistance to the fishermen, and the aerial and maritime assets from the JDF Air Wing and the Coast Guard were immediately deployed to locate them. Having found the fishermen, the JDF Coast Guard safely transported them and their vessel to Port Royal, where they were reunited with their families. Brigade Commander, Maritime Air and Cyber Command, Brigadier Elon Clark, commended the airmen and the sailors of the JDF Air Wing and the 1st District JDF Coast Guard for their continued vigilance and dedication to service for the lives of others. The JDF is advising all seafarers that overdue vessels and the vessels in distress can be reported to the Joint Rescue Coordination Center Kingston at 876-976-8193 or 876-836-1216. The JRCC Kingston is a 24-hour aeronautical and maritime search and rescue center operated by the Maritime Air and the Cyber Command of the Jamaica Defense Force. PNP's McGregor unveils a transformation plan for constituency. People's National Party caretaker for Kingston Central, Steve McGregor, has announced a community-driven plan to rejuvenate the constituency by repurposing abandoned and dilapidated buildings into vibrant, functional community homework centers and 24-hour daycare centers. According to McGregor, this initiative is the cornerstone of his broader commitment to community development, youth empowerment, and public safety. It seeks to directly support the children and the families, particularly those most in need, by providing safe, structured environments for after-school learning, mentorship, and care. McGregor told the news, "Our children deserve better, and our communities deserve to thrive. By converting these long-abandoned spaces into vibrant centers of learning and care, we are not just improving infrastructure, we are investing in the future of Central Kingston," added McGregor. He said the proposed 24-hour daycare centers will particularly benefit working parents, easing the burden of single mothers and the families who often struggle to find affordable, trustworthy childcare outside of traditional hours. This initiative will also support the enforcement of a bedtime curfew for school-age children, promoting discipline and safety in the nightly routine of young people across the constituency. Keeping our children off the streets at night is critical. This initiative reinforces parental efforts, offers real alternatives, and builds a safer, more disciplined, and opportunity-filled community for the next generation, said the retired senior superintendent of police. McGregor declared that this plan is not just about buildings, it is about people. He said his approach is deeply collaborative, engaging community groups, educational institutions, law enforcement, and especially faith-based organizations to help shape, operate, and sustain these centers. We have already begun working with our churches to launch a real meaningful campaign to bring young people into Sunday and Saturday school programs, said McGregor. "When I was growing up in Franklin Town, my mother ensured I attended Sunday school at Maranatha Gospel Assembly," added McGregor, as he stressed that these programs are not about converting children to Christianity, but building sound values and attitudes through mentorship. Girls and Boys Brigade, Club Scout, and Girl Guides, and other social engagement, offering real positive alternatives to the negative influences many face online and in the streets, McGregor added. He told the news that as part of his broader vision, his team is also revitalizing youth clubs across the constituency. McGregor pointed out that a new police youth club has already been launched in Raytown, with the plans to use many of the repurposed spaces as the future youth club sites. We must refocus our efforts on our young people because the data is sobering. More than 80% of those killed each year in our country are young people, and more than 80% of those committing the violence are also youth. If we influence the attitudes of our young people in a genuine, honest, and consistent way, we will change their behavior, said McGregor. He added that his plan includes the creation of green spaces, which will be safe, welcoming areas where children and youth can play, recreate, and simply be kids. McGregor, who is making his first foray in representational politics, is expected to face off with the Jamaica Labour Party's Donovan Williams in the next general election. Williams defeated the PNP's Imani Duncan Price in the 2020 general election with 4,568 votes. Duncan Price pulled in 4,265 votes. Old England Health Centre in Manchester closed for repairs. Manchester residents who use the Old England Health Centre will be rerouted come Monday as the building has been closed for repairs. The Minister of Health in a statement on Saturday said services will be relocated to the church hall of the nearby Midday Church of God beginning Monday, April 14, 2025. The opening hours for the services remain from Mondays to Thursdays 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Fridays 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. The management team of the Manchester Health Department, which runs the health centre, is apologizing to residents for any inconvenience caused. Section of Priory to Bamboo Road in St. Anne to be closed for repair on Sunday. A section of the Priory to Bamboo Road in St. Anne will be closed for repairs from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday. The closure, which will be in the Sleepy Hollow area, is to facilitate the replacement of a burnt-out culvert along that roadway. Stephen Shaw, Manager for Communication and Customer Service at the National Works Agency, explained that the works became necessary after the pipe culvert was damaged by fire set by local residents, resulting in the failure of that section of the road. Alternative routes during the closure include the road from Runaway Bay to Bamboo via Brownstone or from Claremont to Bamboo. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.